Hello students, from past few classes we are studying the article closed sets and limit points, and from this article till now we have studied the definition of a closed set in a topological space. We have studied some examples of closed sets in topological spaces. Also we have studied some important results about the closed sets in topological spaces. We have also defined the closed set in a subspace. One result about the closed set in a subspace, that also we have studied in the last class. Now in the today's class we are going to study some important notes and remarks about the closed sets in a subspace. Then we are going to give a criteria after satisfying which a set which is closed in subspace can be closed in a larger space, that we are going to give. Then in today's class we are going to define interior of a set, closure of a set, and also we are going to study one important theorem about the closure of a set. So let us begin first of all with the definition of set closed in a subspace. We have defined the set closed in a subspace in such a way that let X be a topological space and Y is a subspace of X. Then we say that a set A is closed in Y if A is subset of Y. The first condition is that A must be a subset of Y, and the second condition is that A is closed in the subspace topology of Y, which means that the set Y minus A is open in Y. In this way we have defined the closed set in a subspace, and after defining this closed set in a subspace we have proved one important result in the last class, which was about the closed set in the subspace, and the statement of that result was: if Y is a subspace of the topological space X, then a set A is closed in Y if and only if it equals the intersection of a closed set of X with Y. Means a set A will be closed in Y if it satisfies the condition, and the condition is that A must be equal to C intersection Y, where C is some closed set in the topological space X. So in this way we have this result. Now next one will state some important note and one result also. One important note is that a set A that is closed in the subspace Y may or may not be closed in the larger space X. Means if X is a topological space and Y is its subspace, then a set A which is closed in Y, it may or may not be closed in the larger space X. This is that important result. Next one is the important result, and which gives us a criteria by satisfying which the A which is closed in subspace Y can be closed in the larger space X. That criteria is given as a result in the theorem 6.3, and that result is: let Y be a subspace of the topological space X if A is closed in the subspace Y and the subspace Y itself is closed in X, then the set A is closed in the larger space X. Like such we have this criteria. If this criteria is satisfied by the set A which is closed in the subspace, then it will be closed in the larger space X. This is that important criteria. Now next one we will define two terms. The first one is the interior of a set and then the closure of a set. First of all we will define interior of a set. If A is a subset of a topological space X, then the union of all open sets contained in A, union of all open sets contained in A, it is called the interior of A, and it is denoted by INTA or A interior. Let us see once again. If A is a subset of a topological space X, then the union of all open sets contained in A, this word is very important here, union of all open sets. But how open sets should be? They should be such that they must be contained in A. Then union of all open sets contained in A is called the interior of A, and it is denoted by INTA or A interior. If it is written in this way, it is called as the A interior, which is the A raised to O. Okay. I will explain this by means of drawing a diagram just for the understanding purpose. See here, suppose we have a topological space X, okay. Suppose this is our topological space X and A is its subset. I will show the subset of this X by this blue colored diagram. This is suppose A. A is a subset of the topological space X. Okay. Then how the interior of A is defined? Interior of A, it is equal to the union of all open sets contained in A. So for that purpose we have to consider all open sets contained in A. So suppose this is A1 and A1 is open set contained in A. Next one is suppose this is A2 and A2 is suppose open set contained in A. Next one is suppose A3. It is quite possible that some of the open sets contained in A may have common points. So A3 is suppose open set contained in A. Suppose we have the another one set A4 which is contained in A. And let us suppose that these are the only open sets which are contained in A. So if A1, A2, A3, A4 are the only open sets contained in A, then the union of all these will be equal to the interior of A. Then how the interior of A is defined? So we have defined the interior of A as, in this case, interior of A. Okay, interior of set A, which we also denote by the notation A interior, and it is equal to union of these four sets A1, union A2, union A3 and union A4. So like such we have the interior of set A. In this way the interior of a set is defined, and I will show by means of drawing slanting lines that what the interior of A in this case is. So union of A1, A2, A3, A4 means this is that shaded portion that I am showing. This is union of A1, A2, A3, A4 and so on. So the region of X which is shown by the shading of slanting lines of red color, that represents the interior of set A. So like such we have the interior of set A. So let us see once again. Let A be a subset of the topological space X, and A1, A2, A3, A4 are all open subsets of A, and there is no one open subset contained in A beyond this A1, A2, A3, A4. If it is so, then the union of A1, A2, A3, A4 is equal to the interior of set A. So in this way the interior of set A is defined. Now next one, we'll move to the closure of the set A. So first of all, see the definition of closure of the set A. If A is a subset of a topological space X, then the intersection of all closed sets containing A. See here how we are defining now, containing A. So the difference between the interior and closure is here. So if A is a subset of topological space X, then the first difference is we have to take the intersection, not the union. And intersection of all closed sets, instead of open sets we have to take the closed sets, and instead of contained in we have to consider containing A. So these are the three differences. Okay, so intersection of all closed sets containing A is called the closure of A, and it is denoted by the notation CL of A. CL is the short form of the closure, CL of A or A bar. Closure of A is also denoted by the A bar. Okay, so it is this. Next one, I will explain this one by drawing a diagram. So let us see here. Suppose X is the topological space, which I am showing here. Suppose this is the topological space X and A is a subset of X. Suppose this is A, which is a subset of X. A is a subset of X. Then we have to consider all closed set containing A. Containing A means superset of A. So those sets I am showing by means of green colored diagram. So suppose this one A1 is one closed set which contains A. Suppose A1 is one closed set which contains A. Next one is suppose this is A2. Suppose A2 is again a closed set which contains A. Next one is suppose A3. A3 is suppose again a closed set which contains A. A3 is suppose closed set which contains A. And suppose these are the all closed sets which contains A. Means suppose there is no one closed set containing A other than sets A1, A2 and A3. Now if it is so, then we have to go for the closure of A. Then by the definition, the closure of A is nothing but it is the intersection of A1, A2, A3, and intersection of A1, A2, A3 will be the closure. So in this case, the closure of A, which is denoted by CL of A, also denoted by the symbol A bar, and it is equal to the, in this particular example, it is equal to the A1 intersection A2 intersection A3. These diagrams I have drawn just for the explanation purpose. Okay, it is not the case that always this A1, A2, A3, A4 in the interior or A1, A2, A3 in the closure are finite in number. They may be finite or infinite in number. That depends on the situation. Okay, so whatever the case may be, so the closure of A is denoted by the A bar and it is the intersection of all closed sets containing A as it is shown in this diagram, and the intersection of all closed sets containing A I will show by means of drawing a shading of red colored slanting lines, which is this. So intersection of A1, A2, A3 is intersection of A1, A2, A3 is this much. So this shaded portion represents the closure of A. So from the definition and this explanation of interior of A and closure of A, it is clear that the interior of A is always a subset of A, whereas the closure of A is always superset of A, means contains A. So from this explanation we have the interior of A is always contained in A, means it is a subset of A, and A is always contained in the closure of A, which is clear from these two diagrams. Okay, and again if you observe here, then A1, A2, A3, A4, all these are the open subsets, as all these are the open subsets, and we know that the union of open subsets is again open set. So therefore union of this is open set, which means that A interior is always a open set. Okay, so we have A interior. However the set A may be, A interior is always open set. Okay, A interior is always open set. So we have A interior is always open set. A interior is always open set. Again observe here, we have defined the closure of A as the intersection of closed set containing A. Okay, so intersection of closed sets, whether finite or infinite in number, we know that the intersection of closed sets is always a closed set. So from here it is clear that the closure of a set is always a closed set. So we have A bar. A bar means closure of the set A is always, okay, so it is always closed set. It is always closed set. So what we have? We have interior of A is always open set and closure of A is always a closed set. And also we have the A interior is contained in A is contained in A bar. A bar means closure of A. These are very important results. Okay, these definitions as well as these points, these are very important. So let us move further. So whatever we have discussed just now, all those things are explained here. See here, it is clear by the definition of the topology that A interior is an open set, as I have explained just now in the diagram also. And again by the theorem 6.1, which was studied 2 to 3 classes before. So by that theorem, it is clear that A bar is a closed set, and this also I have explained in that diagram just one or 2 minutes before. And also we have A interior is contained in A is contained in closure of A. This also we have discussed. Next one. Now this is important. If A is open, then A is equal to A interior. This is important point. If A is open, then A is equal to A interior. And again, if A is a closed set, then we have A is equal to closure of A. If A is open, then A is equal to interior of A, and if A is closed, then A is equal to closure of A. These are important points. So next one, now we'll move to one important result, and it is the theorem 6.4. Statement of this theorem is, let Y be a subspace of a topological space X. Let A be a subset of Y, and A bar denote the closure of A in X. Then the closure of A in Y equals A bar intersection Y. We know that if we have a open subset of X, then the intersection of open subset of X with the subspace Y gives us the open subset of Y. Similarly, if we have a closed subset of X, then the intersection of closed subset of X with the subspace Y gives us the closed set in Y. And similarly here also we are going to show that if we have the closure of A in X, then the intersection of A in X with the subspace Y gives us the closure of A in Y. And this result we are going to prove here. Okay. So we have to prove that the closure of A in Y is equal to the A bar intersection Y. And to show that closure of A in Y is equal to the A bar intersection Y, we will show that the closure of A in Y is subset of A bar intersection Y, and A bar intersection Y is subset of closure of A in Y, which by combining will imply that these both are equal. Both means closure of A in Y and A bar intersection Y. These are equal. So our plan of action is in such a way. So we'll prove this one. Proof of this is, let X be a topological space and Y be a subspace of X. Let A be a subset of Y and A bar be the closure of A in X. What is A bar? Here A bar denotes the closure of A in the larger space X. Okay. Next, let B denote the closure of A in Y. By B we are denoting the closure of A in Y. Then to prove the result, we have to show that the closure of A in Y means the set B is equal to the A bar intersection Y. So our ultimate goal is to prove that B is equal to the A bar intersection Y. And to show that B is equal to A bar intersection Y, we will show that B is a subset of A bar intersection Y and A bar intersection Y is a subset of B. Okay. So we'll prove this one. So let us move. The set A bar is a closed set by the definition, and as we have seen just now by means of the diagram also. So A bar is a closed set in X. Therefore, by the theorem 6.2, which we have already seen earlier, statement of the theorem 6.2 was, if we take a closed set in X and its intersection with the subspace Y, then the resultant will be a closed set in Y. So therefore, by that theorem 6.2, as A bar is a closed set in X, therefore intersection of A bar with the subspace Y which is A bar intersection Y, and it will be a closed set in Y. Okay, so A bar intersection Y is closed set in Y. Now next, now again we have A is a subset of Y. Why A is a subset of Y? Because we have chosen the A in such a way that A was a subset of Y. and we always have A is contained in A bar. This also I have explained by means of that diagram, that A is always contained in A bar. Now as A is contained in Y and A is also contained in A bar, therefore A will be contained in A bar intersection Y. Okay, so which means that A bar intersection Y, this one, contains the set A. A bar intersection Y contains the set A, but A bar intersection Y was a closed set in Y. So therefore A bar intersection Y contains the set A and is closed in Y. Let us denote this by the relation number 1. Next, now as B is a closure of A in Y, we have supposed that closure of A in Y is the set B. Then by the definition of closure, it is clear that B is equal to the intersection of all closed subsets of Y containing A. Okay, as B was the closure of A in Y, therefore B is equal to the intersection of all closed subsets of Y containing the set A. Let us denote this by the relation number 2. Then from 1 and 2 it is clear that, what is clear from 1 and 2? See here, from 1, A is a subset of A bar intersection Y, means A bar intersection Y contains A and it is closed in Y. And from 2, it is clear that B is equal to intersection of all closed subsets of Y which contains A. So from 1 and 2, it is clear that B is contained in A bar intersection Y. Let us denote this by the relation number 3. So we have shown that B is contained in A bar intersection Y. Now only one thing is left to show is that A bar intersection Y is contained in B. So we'll show that also. Next, now we know that B is closed in Y. Why B is closed in Y? Because B was the closure of A in Y. And we know that closure of a set is always a closed set. Therefore, B is closed in Y. And therefore, again by the theorem 6.2, B must be equal to C intersection Y, where C is some closed set in X. By the theorem 6.2, of which the statement just now I have revised 2 minutes before. So, as B is closed in Y, therefore B must be equal to intersection of subspace Y with some closed subset of X, and suppose that closed subset is C. So therefore B is equal to C intersection Y, where C is some closed set in X. Next, now as C is a closed subset of X containing A. Okay, why it contains A? As B is a closure of A in Y, therefore obviously B is a closure of A in Y, which means that A is contained in B, because we know that every set is contained in its closure. Therefore A is contained in B, as B was a closure of A, and we have B equal to C intersection Y. So therefore what we have? Therefore C is a closed set of X which contains A. Okay, next, but A bar is the intersection of all such closed sets. A bar is the intersection of all such closed sets, and it is by the definition of the closure of the set A, and therefore this means that A bar is contained in C. Okay, now A bar is contained in C and Y is contained in itself. Therefore A bar intersection Y will be contained in C intersection Y, but C intersection Y is nothing but it is equal to B. Therefore this implies that A bar intersection Y is contained in the set B. Let us denote this by the relation number 4. Okay, so see here what we have shown in the relation number 3. We have shown that B is contained in A bar intersection Y. In the relation number 3, we have shown that B is contained in A bar intersection Y, and in the relation number 4, we have shown that A bar intersection Y is contained in B. So combining these two relations 3 and 4, we conclude that B must be equal to A bar intersection Y. So likewise we have proved this result. So the closure of A in the subspace Y is nothing but it is equal to the closure of A in the larger space X, its intersection with the subspace Y. So in this way we have proved this result. So in the today's class we'll stop here and we'll continue in the next class. Thank you.